Hello and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Capricorn for the month of October. Please remember that this is a general reading. There will be some parts that do not resonate with you. Please take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest behind. You may also want to check out your other signs as well. I've already meditated on the cards. I have already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today, dear Capricorn. In the past position, we have the Eight of Wands, clarified by the Devil. In the obstacle position, we have the Hierophant, clarified by the Sun. We've got the Empress in the present position, clarified by the Moon. And in the future outcome position, we have the Ten of Cups, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. In the past position, we've got the Eight of Wands, which is a directional card. It suggests that there's going to be kind of energy, moving forward. In the past position, the Eight of Wands indicates that you may have hesitated doing something, and as a result, the opportunity kind of passed you by. The Eight of Wands is a card that requires immediate action. So definitely hesitation or sort of thinking, which direction to go is kind of going to be wasteful to the opportunity. It also could be a warning that the choices that you've made in the past are going to affect the choices that you will make in the future. But most importantly, it suggests that you may not have a solid foundation in the past, and as a result, the situation in which you may find yourself in the present could be a little bit wobbly, if you will. It could be a little bit uncertain. It could be a little bit there may be some hidden or unknown elements, as we see, the Moon brings that. The Devil is a clarifier, and in the past position, and of course we know that the Devil is fear itself. It's good to have it in the past position because it suggests that you overcame a challenge and that is behind you. But the Devil represents like your demons, greed or obsession, some kind of toxic energy that is holding you back or holding you kind of trapped. And of course, with the Eight of Wands, that combination is, not the best to have. It could be that some of you were primarily adrenaline driven in the past, where you were kind of not as thorough and considerate and kind of acted on impulse rather than kind of like being methodical and meticulous, but it definitely made you learn a lot of lessons and you've gained a lot of experience, and it's wonderful to have the kind of the more negative cards in the past position. In the obstacle position, we've got the Hierophant, clarified by the Sun, which is an interesting combination, and it's actually quite good. The most negative card in the spread is of course the Devil, and it is in the past position. So the effects you're going to start feeling throughout October, feeling happier, feeling lighter, feeling a little bit kind of optimistic and looking forward to things. So definitely the dark period in one area or more in your life has been overcome and is slowly kind of fading in the past. The Hierophant in the obstacle position suggests that you need to stand up for what you believe in, and stop letting other people kind of influence you as far as what you should do or where you should go or how you should speak or any of that. The Hierophant is a reminder from the divine as well as encouragement from the divine, and it's kind of pushing you that you need to live your own life, which means focusing on yourself, on your inner thoughts, inner kind of desires, inner goals, and basically standing your ground as far as like when it comes to relationships with other people, and making sure that they are aware of what boundaries may exist, where every one of us deserves to live a healthy life, so that sometimes, a person cannot be available all the time, and, because they need their rest, or, what have you. And of course, the sun, is even in an obstacle position, it's still such a positive card, and it kind of minimizes the effect of negative cards around itself. It brings that joy, it brings that happiness, it brings that optimism. The one thing I have to say about the sun in the obstacle position is that it may blind you a little bit, perhaps to your own shortcomings, or perhaps to other people's shortcomings. You may not, see something particularly clearly, or you may have false impressions of someone, or something. It could also indicate that someone around you kind of acts like the sun, meaning, takes all the attention, requires all the attention sort of all the time. In the present position, we have the Empress, and it's clarified by the moon. The Empress is a wonderful card to have. The Empress is kind of a bit, she's nature herself, and some people regard nature as a goddess. Other people suggest that the Empress is a bit of an architect that influences our lives for the better, because she brings, that mother energy. She's all about conception. It could be a conception of an actual child, or an idea of a friendship, or something. There's a beginning, an optimistic beginning that is, kind of coming as a result of the Empress in the present position. She's also a peacemaking energy. She brings healing as well, especially, if certain... especially to those, of course, who are in need of the healing energy, of the peacemaking energy. She stands for creation. Like I mentioned, creation of ideas, creation of human beings, creation of, a book, an art kind of piece or something. But the moon is an interesting combination here, because the moon is a card that is kind of like about facing the unknown, and it's about maybe feeling like relying on your intuition a lot, because there's something that's coming around the corner that is a little bit unpredictable. And in the combination here, the Empress and the moon suggests that you may be evolving, you may be feeling like you've grown, especially over the last year or so, and through that your experience of life has changed. It could also, this combination could also suggest that there is an opportunity coming around the corner, which will require you to use your intuition and your good sense in order to take full advantage of it. But the one thing I have to say about the moon, with the moon, can sometimes be a letdown. So it could be that there is a beginning of a project, or beginning of a relationship, or beginning of something that has a little bit of a disappointment attached to it, something unexpected, something that maybe is not really that much liked by you. But, overall, the Empress is definitely a very, very powerful card, and more powerful than the moon, especially because it's in the main placement and the moon is only a clarifier. But definitely there's going to be a little bit of an emotional upheaval. There may be a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of worry, but it's nothing that you are unable to overcome. And of course, in the future position, we have the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, which is basically your dreams coming true. I mean, it's the best outcome that anyone could wish for. The Ten of Cups is all about fulfillment, and it's all about happiness and harmony, and unity, and feeling fulfilled. And of course, the Ace of Pentacles, it's all about abundance and opportunities. The Pentacles are always about security, and of course, it's an earth element, which brings stability, which, kind of makes you feel more confident in, the day after tomorrow, which is, quite nice. It kind of gives you that emotional stability as well a little bit. Let's see. But I mean, the aces are always about beginnings, so they do require that you put in, work, that you continue working on, what is important to you. It does require effort. It's not like a card where you just sort of sit back and allow, things. It requires kind of a continuous amount of exertion and of effort in order to have the dreams come true as well. Let's see what 3 energy oracle cards have for us. They are Healer of the Ages, Anxiety, and Goddess of the Moon. Again with the moon. When you have the moon appear, there's something that is unknown. So make sure you pay attention to that. Moon is... Sometimes it could be that someone is keeping a secret from you, and it's quite significant because we see it appear again. But always when you are facing the unknown, always rely on your intuition, because deep down in your gut, how you want to proceed. But the Goddess of the Moon card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it. The Goddess of the Moon brings you all sorts of information, from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you could get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later that you've avoided a 3-hour traffic jam, or you might have an idea for a great invention, a stock investment, or a spellbinding novel. This card could also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, even on a professional level. You're always blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up. Get ready for the amazing inspiration that brings. Also, remember that towards the end of October, many people believe that the veil between the spirit world and our physical world is at its thinnest out of the whole year. So many people kind of do little rituals to manifest things to come, like, goals and dreams, things that, you've been worried about. Maybe perhaps you want to reconciliate with someone, or maybe you want to compromise with someone, or maybe you want to move forward with someone and have a stronger relationship. There's many different little rituals that you can do throughout the month of October to help you manifest your dreams and goals. A lot of times, people will write down something on a little piece of paper and put it in their pocket or someplace where they can sort of think, or pick it and look at it again throughout the day, which reminds them to stay positive, because it brings positive thoughts to their mind. So definitely remember that October is a month, where you may want to kind of ask the divine to help you kind of move in the direction that you want, and the more consistent you are with that, the better the outcome, of course. There is going to be a little bit of anxiety in the month of October as well. And, that card deals with worry or distress. The woman on this card is filled with anxiety, worrying about something that causes her a great deal of discomfort. Receiving this card upright may indicate that you're experiencing a time of increasing stress, perhaps even a situation that you find yourself brooding about much of the time. However, if you'll notice the scene outside the window, the storm is distant and perhaps even moving away. Whatever is going on, this card is telling you to release release the worry and let yourself relax. Brooding and fretting will never solve things. So trust in yourself and your process. When you live with a relaxed heart and mind, you're far more likely to receive the solutions that you seek. So definitely kind of anxiety and desperation prevents moving forward. So, many people believe that it's important to meditate. It's important to get enough sleep, drink enough water, take vitamins, make sure like that you exercise or walk or, have some sort of an activity that you do. Because anxiety is like a really, thing that kind of it takes away all your important energy. So it's kind of like you need to put in a bit of an effort to make sure you distract your own self, that you distract your own mind, that you distract your own thoughts and get them back to where they need to be. I heard somewhere that most of the time an aircraft, like an airplane, is flying in the wrong direction like 95% of the time, and the pilot is there to kind of recorrect the course, continuously recorrect the course. All of us kind of go off our path quite a lot sometimes. So it's important, to heal and to make sure that, we take care of things that are happening on the inside of us as well. And so we kind of have to recorrect the course, consistently. And it's important as far as like the healing, it's important to sort of forgive and let go of the toxic energy that is not useful. It doesn't mean that you have to be, best friends with a person, but, forgiveness is part of healing. Maybe forgiving even yourself for something and not being so hard on yourself, realizing that how you feel on the inside affects your outside. So if on the inside you're stable, what does it take for you to feel stable? How can you get to that step? And so on. Definitely is a very big, huge part of healing. So make sure that you pay quite a lot of attention to that. But Capricorns, they are extremely stable. They like the stability. They like the security, and they are quite proactive in that direction. Let me see what answers we've got from our angels. I also pulled 3 answers from angel cards, and we have improving health, ask your angels, and communicate clearly. So that is the advice that you are receiving from the divine. Definitely focus on your health. Make sure that you are kind of feeling strong, especially at your core. Sometimes yoga helps with that. Sometimes strengthening exercises definitely help with that. But the times that we're living in require that you are on the up and up, and that you are able to meet challenges as they come. So definitely make sure that you focus on your health, and definitely reach out for support. Ask friends or acquaintances or people at work, if you need assistance. It's very, very important in order to move on, in order to achieve your goals. Definitely you are part of a large human world, and it's important in order to fully have a wonderful life experience. You definitely need to reach out to people and ask for help if you need help. And of course, communicating clearly is also very important. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Capricorn. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, please feel free to leave any comments. I enjoy reading all feedback, and it also helps me connect with your energies as well. Again, thank you so much for visiting, and I will see you next time.